All right, welcome everybody to this live session. Well, we have not really conducted enough live sessions due to the very quiet market that we have observed in the past few weeks. This week, Friday, price actually moved, and so we have decided to go into the markets again to see what type of price action we have left for us. All right, before then, let's move into the Forex factory and see those high impact news announcements for the upcoming trading week. We have quite a number of high impact news announcements here, but they seem to be normal high impact news announcement. However, we have the G7 meeting again, which is an all-day event for Monday. All right, it will be happening on Sunday as well. At any rate, I think it's going to be a normal trading week with all of these normal high impact news events. Okay. All right, let's move into the charts and conduct our review. This is going to be a little bit of a pretty long review, so you have to be patient as we go through the pairs one after the other. All right, the first one is the American dollar against the Japanese yen. In our previous review, we talked about price being ultimately bearish. All right, being ultimately bearish, that means the direction was still to the downside, but price took so many days going sideways, being flat, and Friday this week we saw price just drop to the downside. Well, there is absolutely nothing we can do about this. You can't even trade there. You can't actually catch that opportunity, because as price went flat, chances are that many traders were even clicking on their buy button around that area, and suddenly price dropped to the downside. The thing is that whenever price goes sideways, no trader, all right, it is difficult to tell which direction it will eventually break out, and that is why it is nice, all right, it is absolutely nice to wait for the breakout of that range. It is good to wait for the breakout of that sideways behavior. It is only when you have the breakout that you'll be able to tell the direction you want to trade. Now that we have the breakout, although price moved in a way that we couldn't even catch any of the opportunities, we were still very in good standing because we didn't lose anything. Okay. All right, so in the daily time frame, you will see that range. You see the much of hesitation we have seen in this pair. In that kind of hesitation, it is extremely hard to trade the market. Okay, so until price breaks out of this little range, then we can begin to search for trading opportunities. On the other hand, if we get any valid reversal of this level of support, then we can look for an opportunity to go long. All right, if we get a valid reversal of this level of support, then we will be able to go long. For now, it is still in the range. It is still a difficult one to trade. In the 1 hour time frame, we can just place our level of resistance right here. Let me change that. All right, so but you know that price is already facing the daily level of support, and there is no valid entry for us at this time, so we'll keep waiting, keep watching and waiting for this pair. All right, the sterling pounds against the Australian dollar. Let's begin from the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame here, we actually anticipated the possibility of a channel. All right, we anticipated that. That means resistance might be somewhere around in there. So let's just see how we can keep some levels there. This one. Okay, there may be another one there. All right, so if you're looking to trade this pair, be careful around this zone, there might be resistance around that area. Okay, let's move into the daily time frame. Okay, the daily time frame. Let me try to adjust this level a bit. All right, so in the daily time frame, we can take this out. Let's place it here. Price is trading around this little level here. I'll have to remove this one as well. Let's keep this level. Well, I don't like it. Let's keep this one here. Okay. All right, so what are we seeing here? Let me adjust this level again. Okay, so you can see this level of resistance coming around in here. This one is established. You can also see a counter line right there coming around that area, also established. For this one here, the one we drew from the weekly time frame is not yet confirmed, but at any rate, you can clearly see that this whole area, it's an area of resistance. Okay, so you don't want to go long against that area. At best, we'll be watching price. As price comes to that zone, then we'll be looking for possible short opportunities in the sterling pounds against the Australian dollar. For now, I think that is what it is. Nothing else. The optimal area to look for short entry is somewhere in here. Okay, so if price pushes to that zone, we should be looking for short entries in the sterling pounds against the Australian dollar. You can also see the much hesitation for so many days around that area. Sideways behavior, extremely hard to trade. Let's look at the intraday time frames, the 4 hours time frame, the medium term. Price never pulled back. I kept a level here that actually played out, but it wasn't too clear enough. It was just 2 bounces. Price broke out, came back. The reaction was quite fast as well. I was actually following that, but it wasn't tradable. Okay, let's keep this one here. Then we can keep one here. Since it's sitting above, I'm going to take out one. Okay, so that's it. Price is sitting above that level of resistance. If the market opens next week and we get that sideways Tokyo range, then we'll be looking for the London open breakout strategy, and of course we'll be looking for only breakouts to the upside. All right, so that is it. Let's move on to the next one, the Canadian dollar against the Swiss franc. The 4 hours time frame, you can also see a range. That's a big range. Okay, a bad market condition. In the daily time frame, it's obvious, much hesitation. You can see that. In the 4 hours time frame, we can draw this level, which has been broken already. Okay, let me zoom in the chart. All right, so this trend line has been broken already. You can see the bounces there. All right, this is the solid breakout. So all we need to do now is to wait for a pullback, maybe to somewhere in here, for us to look for our short entries. It's a nice one. We can keep it. If everything happens the way we want it, then we'll be looking for short entries back to this level of support. Okay, for now, no entries. The pullback is not finished. We need to wait. All right, so that's it for that. Let's move on to the next one, sterling pounds against the New Zealand dollar. Price was actually reacting off the monthly level of support, this little trend line here. See the reaction. The weekly time frame, we can have a little line right there. The weekly, Okay, possibly, let's see where this leads us to. Maybe a triangle. Okay, maybe a triangle, but I am not comfortable with the lower leg now. We'll just remove that. Then in the daily time frame, you can see how price broke the upper boundary of that expanding triangle, something we drew before. It's now sitting above with a congestion candle, so we can now remove this. Let's take the high. Okay, right there. Okay, let me zoom in the chart for you to see again. So it seems we are having a breakout. All right, that's a solid breakout candle. You see that momentum bar right there. Then we are now having some of a pullback. Okay, a pullback, and for a possible continuation move to the upside, possibly to the next level of resistance. It's a small room. It's a small room to the upside. All right, but at any rate, we may want to squeeze that little pips to the upside. So when the market opens, maybe looking to see how we can get involved in this one. Okay, let's keep this here. 1 hour time frame. We can draw this level of resistance. Black. Then draw this level of support. All right. Our anticipation is that price is going to break to the upside, and this is the only room left for that breakout to happen. Well, we'll see how we can trade that. The setup is actually coming from the daily time frame. Ordinarily, it's not something I would like to trade, but even if we have to trade it, we may be doing a 1% risk. Okay. All right, let's move on. The sterling pounds against the Canadian dollar. Let's see the weekly time frame. Well, I am considering this my level of resistance, and since price is pulling back for another bounce to the downside, so we'll keep watching that. It seems to be a pullback. In the daily time frame, see this. Price is sitting above resistance. We can have another resistance here. Okay. 4 hours time frame. That was a breakout pullback. See the breakout pullback continuation move. We're quite late. We can keep this level. In the 1 hour time frame, price pullback to support area. Still, still bullish, but pulling back quite late in the week. Anyway, we are we have our eyes in the sterling pounds against the New Zealand dollar. This is still bullish, but quite some confusion. It is better to wait for the pullback in the weekly time frame to this area right there. Okay, that's why we'll be very happy to look for short entries. Okay, the Australian dollar against the Swiss franc. In the daily time frame, you can obviously see the messy type of price action we have gotten, which is quite untradeable for many traders. In the monthly time frame, you obviously know that price is trading around the monthly level of support, so it is a hard one to go short. In the daily time frame, we can keep this level. It is a range formation, maybe a flat top triangle. Take this off the daily. Four hours time frame. Quite a messy chart here now. Okay, 1 hour time frame. You can see the range, you can see the sideways behavior, then a sudden drop to the downside. You cannot trade that. Even as it is still very untradable, so you need to be patient. Okay, so nothing here. The Canadian dollar against the Japanese yen. Monthly time frame heading towards support. Weekly time frame not so clear. We can keep this level. Probably channel. No, there are channels everywhere. Okay, so in the Canadian dollar against the Japanese yen, be very hesitant hitting on your sell button. This is possibly a level of support. Obvious in the daily time frame. See the much hesitation. 4 hours time frame, and have that level. It formally looks like a triangle. Now we got a straight breakout to the downside. It was just untradable. Okay, very messy. Don't get involved there. All right, so nothing here. The Australian dollar against the New Zealand dollar. Let's see what's going on. The channel got a fake breakout last week. You can see the spike to the downside. We may obviously need to wait for the monthly candle to close. So the sideways behavior is likely going to continue for now. All right, so we can keep this level here as support. Then this one here is resistance. Let's see what's going to happen around that level of support. If we are getting a breakout, pull back, then a bounce. So let's keep watching that. The hourly time frame is quite difficult to analyze. Okay, difficult hourly time frame to analyze. Be patient. Nothing there. The euro against the New Zealand dollar, the same type of price behavior. Lots of hesitation after some solid move. I wouldn't trade in this type of markets. Okay, just avoid that. The New Zealand dollar against the Swiss franc. Also plenty of range. Daily time frame. This is also another messy one. You don't need to waste your time there. A similar one here. You really do not need to waste your time here as well. Okay, so that's what we are likely going to be seeing across the board. All you have to do is just be patient. Let's wait and see if momentum will increase. I am very optimistic that from next month, September, we are going to have better price action to trade. This is obviously August. You can also see this one, the euro against the Japanese yen. So let's just be patient. All right, so going through all of the charts, it is quite frustrating that trading opportunities are just nowhere at the moment. If we find something in other pairs, you will definitely get to know about it in the Signal channel. All right, thanks for watching. If you have questions or contributions, feel free, send them across to us anytime, and we'll be very happy to respond to them. I'm wishing you a fantastic weekend and a profitable trading week ahead. Bye bye.